Welcome, DevOps engineer and future experts. If you're looking to master real world DevOps with the tools like Terraform, Kubernetes, Ansible, Docker, Jenkins, Git, and definitely the artificial intelligence in the DevOps and complete automation workflows, then you are exactly where you need to be. This session is a part of my full Udemy program, DevOps Masterclass with Terraform, Kubernetes, Ansible, and Docker. This is a complete and structured learning journey where we start from foundations, move into the full deployment pipeline along with the CI/CD automation, cloud provisioning, practical hands-on on the projects used in the real DevOps environment. You can access the entire DevOps course with a special discount. Link is available in the description below. Today's lecture will strengthen your DevOps foundation, get you closer and becoming the industry ready. So relax, focus, and let's build something meaningful together. Let's begin.
Hello team, welcome back. And today we will discuss on the file-based service discovery. So let's assume we are using a system where we don't have the Prometheus inbuilt integration for the service discovery. And we need to use the file-based service discovery in the Prometheus. Then what is the file-based service discovery? What is the concept of the file-based service discovery? And how we can use the file-based service discovery in Prometheus? Very first, let's try to understand the service discovery model. So over here, you have some program which you can call the service discovery mechanism. That could be the cron job, that could be the shell script, that could be the Python program, or that could be anything which you can use to get the data from the database. So over here, first we have the service discovery mechanism. Second, we have some data source. In this data source, what we are doing, we are keeping our all targets and the services which are running in the system or in the environment. This service discovery mechanism will basically query from this data source, and further it will write the data to the YAML or JSON file. So this is the first part. Till here, we have not used the Prometheus. These all are the custom configuration. So we have the service discovery mechanism that could be the anything as per your requirement. That could be the web application, that could be the REST API, that could be the Python program, shell program, cron job. Anything could be the service discovery mechanism which can fetch the data from your data source. And then this mechanism will write the data or target and the services into either the YAML format or the JSON format into the plain files. Now, here we have the Prometheus. Prometheus further will read that particular YAML file or the JSON file, and it will scrape the data from the targets which are mentioned within this YAML file or the JSON file. So this is the complete structure how the file-based service discovery model will work with the Prometheus. Now let's try to understand this in a practical way. So we will go to the code editor, and in the code editor you can see over here we have the scrape configs, and we are defining the job name and the configuration statically over here. This is the configuration which we have defined for the Prometheus. Now we are defining the node exporter configuration where we are scraping the data from the local host and the worker machine. Now at runtime, it may possible that you want to extract the node exporter data from more than 100 of the machine. So does it mean we need to specify these 100 machines over here in the target? Every time whenever a new machine is coming up, it will open this file, write down the entry or IP of that file. Every time whenever a machine is going down, it will open this file, write down the entry and the IP of that file over here. There could be the n number of failure cases which can occur when we are following this kind of model, right? So we are going to avoid this model and we are going to automate this solution using the service discovery. If I will go to the Prometheus UI and I will go to the targets, then you can see in the targets we are getting the node exporter. Here we have the two node exporters available. One is the local host and another one is the worker machine. Within the status, there is a one more thing called service discovery. Let's open this in a new tab. In the service discovery, you will get all the services which you have mentioned within your prometheus.yaml, right? And over here you will get the data. If I will open the node exporter, then you can see we have the two machines. These are the discovered labels. These labels are basically introduced by the system itself, and these are the custom labels. Now let's see how we can use the file-based service discovery. So I will go to the code editor, and within the black box, let's assume I'm creating a new file. I will call it dynamic targets.yml. And what I need to define within my dynamic targets.yml, I need to define the targets from which I want to scrape the data. So what you need to do, let's go to the Prometheus and how we are defining the targets over here. See, we are defining the job name, then we have the state, then we have the static configuration, then we have the targets. Right, so let's copy this targets and I will provide it here. Hit enter. After this, I need to define the targets. So let's assume we want to dynamically identify the node exporters. So very first is the local host. I will copy this, put it here. Now, along with the targets, what you can do, you see within the Prometheus, we are getting the target labels. These are the custom labels. So we have already seen that there is a lot of use of the custom labels. If you want to define the labels with any specific target, you can define your custom labels as well. So let's define the custom labels, and we can define the labels in a key value form. So very first, let's defining the labels like team. We can define the team name. Let's defining the pre-production. So this is my team name. Over here, you can define the n number of labels. Let's define the region, and let's suppose we are defining the region APAC. So this is a bit of targets file which we are creating. So very first, we have created this file. Now let's suppose we want to consume this dynamic targets.file within my prometheus.yml. So what I need to do, I need to comment out this, or I can remove this. So instead of remove, let's comment out this section, comment out this as well. Now within this job in the node exporter, if we have commented the static configuration, what I need to do, I need to add the dynamic configuration. And how can I add the dynamic configuration over here? To add the dynamic configuration, you need to add a tag file underscore sd underscore configs. Over here, you need to define the files, and here we need to define the file path. So what is my file name? My file name is dynamic underscore targets.yml. So I need to define the same like this. You may ask the question why you are defining the file name over here, although we need to define the file path. So I'm only defining the file name over here because I'm going to keep this dynamic underscore targets.yml within the same directory of my Prometheus, or within the working directory of my Prometheus. If you are keeping this particular file, the inventory file in some other locations, then you need to define the complete path of your file. What I will do, very first I will commit this code. So I have committed the files. Now I will go to my Prometheus machine. We are on my Prometheus machine, and I will go to my Prometheus code directory, which is Prometheus. Over here, we will get the git pull first. See, we got the git pull. There is update in the prometheus.yml, and a new file is also available. Now I will copy this prometheus.yml file in the Prometheus working directory, which is available within the Prometheus server and Prometheus. After this, what I need to do, I need to copy my dynamic targets.yml as well. So I will copy the dynamic targets.yml within the same working directory. That's why I just provided the name, not the complete path of my file. Because after this copy statement, both of my files are present within this particular directory. If you want to see, let's put ls and provide the path. See, the prometheus.yml and the dynamic targets.yml is present within the same directory. That is the reason that I have not provided the complete path. Otherwise, you need to provide the complete path. Now identify the running Prometheus process ID, pf-ef, grep Prometheus. My mistake, I need to provide the Prometheus. This is the process ID of my running Prometheus. Before sending the sci-hub signal to this process ID, let's cross-check the node exporters within my Prometheus. So if I will refresh, then in the node exporter, I am getting the two entry. One is for my worker machine and another is for my Prometheus server. But if you will see that within my targets, I just defined the one machine. I have not defined the two targets till date. So let's do one thing. Let's send the sci-hub signal to this particular process ID. This is done. Go to the Prometheus and refresh your web page. Within the node exporter, we are only getting the one machine. In the labels as well, we are getting the two more label like the region APAC and the team pre-production. If you will go to the service discovery, refresh your web page, then on the service discovery page as well, we are getting only one node exporter. Click on the show more. See, we are only getting localhost 9100. These are the labels which are system generated, and over here we have the few labels which are user generated. See, we have defined the team pre-production and we have defined the region APAC. So you can see we are able to read the targets from the file based mechanism. But still we need to reload the prometheus.conf. Then what is the use case of this? Let me show you the use case. What was the another target? Another target was my local machine, right? Which is this. Let's do one thing. Go to the dynamic targets. Let's do one thing. Let's copy this and define the one more target. This time we are going to define the another target, which is this. I will remove the local host, define this target, and this is not a pre-production machine. Let's suppose this is a production machine and reason is US East. So we have done the change within my dynamic targets.yaml. Let's commit this change. The code commit is done. Go to the Prometheus machine, clear out the console and execute the git pull. Seems I forgot to push the change. Let me push the change and again execute the git pull. So change is pushed. I will again execute the git pull and there is a change within my dynamic target.yaml. I will go to the service discovery and over here you can see I'm getting only one service discovery. Let me try to one thing. I will copy the file, the updated file within the Prometheus working directory. So this is my dynamic target.yaml and this is my Prometheus working directory. You see, as soon as I will copy this file, go to the Prometheus service discovery page, refresh my page, go to the node exporter and I am getting the two targets. Target 1 is the local host and target 2 is the worker machine which I have defined for the team production and region US East. Over here you can see I have not refreshed the Prometheus process ID. No, I have not changed anything. I just updated the target within my source file, within my target YAML file, and Prometheus automatically scraped the data from that particular source file. In this mechanism, we don't need to refresh the complete Prometheus. We don't need to restart the Prometheus. The only change what I need to maintain, the change I need to maintain within my targets.yaml file. As soon as I will push the change within my target.yaml file, Prometheus will start scraping the data from my targets. Right. So team, this is the benefit of the file-based service discovery. Right. Let's do one thing. If you want to see that how it can scrape the data from the JSONs. So I will define one more file over here. Let's call dynamic targets.json. I will go to the prometheus.yaml, copy this file, go to the browser and type YAML to JSON converter. If you want, you can write down your JSON completely, but if we have the converter, so what is the need to write it completely? So you can see it has converted this file into the JSON. I will copy the converted file and paste it within the JSON. So in this particular format, we need to define the JSON file, right? I also have the course on the YAML and JSON. If you want to learn few advanced thing about the JSON and YAML, you can find the reference link of that course within the attached resource section. So this is the dynamic target.json which we have defined. And what you need to do to consume this file, you need to define that file. So let's suppose we are defining another file over here. And this time we are defining dynamic targets.yaml.json like this. So although the same targets are basically within the YAML and JSON, but for the demo purpose, I am defining the both of my files within the same job node exporter. So that using this, you can also getting the clarity that we can define the multiple files within the single job configuration. I will save this, commit this code. Code commit is done. Go to the Prometheus machine, execute the git pull. Git pull is done because we have the change in the prometheus.yaml as well. So I will copy the prometheus.yaml within my Prometheus working directory. And now we need to copy the dynamic target.json as well. There is a spelling mistake within my file name, that should be dynamic. This is done. I will reload my Prometheus process ID using the sihab command. Done. Go to the Prometheus, reload the service discovery, and in the node exporter we are getting the same information, right? Refresh this, we are getting the same information. To verify that it is consuming the JSON as well, let's do one more change. Within the dynamic target, let's define few labels. So within the pre-production, I'm defining one more label, application. In the application, we are defining the server. Save this, commit this change, push the change, go to the machine, execute the git pull again, changes here, copy this file, dynamic targets.json, file copied, go to the Prometheus, refresh the service discovery. See, we are getting the three targets this time, and this additional target where the application equals to server from the JSON file. So team, this is the way how we can define the service discovery using the file-based mechanism. Within the Prometheus.yaml, we have a lot of static configuration. Now it's your homework to convert these static configurations into the dynamic file-based configuration. Right. Thank you, team. See you next time.
I hope this session helped you to understand the DevOps concept more clearly. If you are really interested learning about the multiple technologies like the Terraform, Kubernetes, Ansible, Docker, Jenkins, Git, Grafana, Prometheus, and the full automation framework in a real structured and practical format, then you will find the DevOps Masterclass link in the description with a discount reserved for the viewers. Take your time, explore the course outline, watch the preview lessons, and if it aligns with your growth path, I would be happy to see you inside the course learning with me. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more lectures.